Bon dia, everyone. It's Joe Jacobi here in the Catalan city of Lleida, and we are into week 11 of the Spanish government-mandated quarantine. Restrictions are starting to loosen up here. As of 3 weeks ago, we've been able to exercise, and having running back in my life has been absolutely wonderful. Today, I thought I'd give you a little bit of a sense of how Lleida and perhaps other cities across Spain are starting to re-engage and open up. And I thought I would do this by combining two of my favorite activities, running and coffee and croissants at bakeries. This may be one of the best ideas I've ever had, and it may be one of the stupidest ideas I've ever had, because everything I purchase on this run today, I'm going to consume on this run today. So with that, let's run. Okay, the first stop today, Forn de Pa de Segura, an absolute staple in my diet during the quarantine, and also a Forn de Pa which I wrote about in Sunday Morning Joe. This is the Forn de Pa of Marta, interestingly established in 1880, specializing in spelt treats. I've never had a coffee here. Let's go inside. Bon dia, Marta.
Bon dia, com estàs?
Bé, molt bé, molt bé. Avui un cafè sol.
Vale, per emportar.
Sí, i un mandolin d'espelta.
Vale, per emportar.
Sí.
Sí.
Gracias, Marta. Delicious. And I can't say enough, during the time period that we could not leave our homes for any kind of exercise, only a few businesses stayed open. The grocery stores, the pharmacies, and a couple of bakeries, or we say Forn de Pa in Catalan. And Marta's Forn de Pa, the Forn de Pa Segura, was an absolute staple, with their bread and their croissants, and of course there's these wonderful muffins. Just can't say enough how nice it is to see these businesses coming back open now. The first treat down and the first coffee down, on to the next one. Made the very short run over to La Pastera. Now, this is not a Forn de Pa that I've ever visited before, but over the last 3 weeks, and actually over the past year, I run by it all the time, and they stayed open during the quarantine. So this is kind of my way of saying thank you for being open. And the croissants, excellent. Okay, after 2 quick coffees and 2 quick croissants, I'm ready for a longer run now. We're gonna head up the river to a newer Forn de Pa, one of my favorite places in Lleida. No coffee there, great treats. The next stop is Pa Pan Bread. Okay, a little uphill to finish this next section of the run, and now Pa Pan bread, my favorite.
sourdough. Sourdough.
Sourdough.
Sourdough.
Sourdough. Muy bien.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Que nos traen aquí.
Oh yeah, look at that. Gracias. So something unexpected but delightful just happened here at Pop on Bread. As I went to buy my chocolate chip cookie, the owner invited me into the back where the bread ovens are, and he showed me how the bread is made, showed me the bread coming out of the oven, and it just kind of highlights what I love about living in Catalonia. The kindness and the spirit of the people, the simplicity of how things are made. And as difficult as the quarantine was, having a forn de pa like Pop on Bread stay open made life just a little bit better. And it'll make a really big difference in the way that we go forward about the places we choose to go and the places that are really kind of hold up a community or a city. And with that, I now have an amazing chocolate chip cookie to enjoy before running off to my next destination. The best chocolate chip cookies ever. Now running on the Carré Major, kind of the central shopping area and walking plaza through downtown Lleida. And things have gotten much busier here in the last few weeks. 3 weeks ago when we started to exercise, this place was virtually a ghost town. Now, pretty busy, especially for mid-morning on a Tuesday. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to fill up a little bit here, and these next couple of stops are very close to each other, so a lot of treats and a lot of coffee. Now I'm at Boda Shalom, and Boda Shalom was actually closed during the quarantine, but they kept their Wi-Fi on, which made downloading podcasts and Netflix movies a lot easier during the quarantine. They also have an attached grocery store that only sells local products, and that makes places like this easy to support. A delightful coffee and 2 petite croissants at Boda Shalom. And we are off and running again. You know, one of the amazing things about living over in a place like Catalonia, in these cities and small towns, is the quality of good coffee and good treats and just good products that are so close together. Sometimes on a day like today, horrifyingly close together. And as I approach the next street, the next big street, and running for less than a minute, it's time for the next place, La Porteña, one of my favorites. It's been closed during the quarantine, now open. I'm so excited, even though I am getting really full. ¿Qué tal? Estic content, tu estás obert.
Muchas gracias.
Sí, welcome back. Avui vull un cafè sol i un galeta. So I'm trying to slow down a little bit as this video continues. A little chocolate cookie from here at La Porteña. It's owned by a man from Argentina and just has the nicest people working inside. I'm so happy they're open, and cookies are so good. And I'm so glad that I love running, or I would be in big, big trouble. So I think this is the last one, the last croissant, the last coffee for the day today. This is Cake Lab, and I'm kind of new to Cake Lab, but it's a good story. Danny is the owner here. During the quarantine, he couldn't afford to keep everyone on, so he ran the place by himself. And he ran it 6 days a week between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., which gave him enough time to come in several hours before 10 a.m. to prepare all the bread, all the croissants, which is pretty cool. And for the first time, I'm kind of eating outside on the in the little patio area, and as you can see, there's a lot of people here too. And I just think it just reflects how excited people have been to get back to whatever the new normal is going to be here. And now one more coffee and croissant and a little bit more running. Okay, so it is a day later, and I had a little problem with the video conclusion yesterday, so I have to finish today at Cafe Katie on the Correa Major. And in case you're wondering, after the run yesterday, I did not get sick. And secondly, in case you were counting, it was 5 coffees in about 2 hours time. What I would tell you, my takeaways from yesterday, is that it highlights so much of what I'm grateful for in living in Catalonia. Not just the kindness of the people, but I'm reminded of the simplicity of the wonderful ingredients that go into our local products here. And in this small way, yeah, I took 20 euros out of my bank account yesterday, ran around Lleida, consumed some really good treats and some good coffee, and showed you what it's like to see a Catalan city coming back to life. But wherever this happens to find you, and wherever your community is in re-engaging, that re-engagement is going to happen. And maybe one of the best things that we can do to prepare is to take good care of ourselves. The better care that we take care of ourselves, the better position we are to kind of adapt to whatever the new normal is going to be. It was a wonderful experience. Thank you for coming along with me, and wherever this happens to find you, I wish you a great day. Bon dia, everyone.